So let's just jump right in. 7 hours. That's the global average we're apparently spending on our phones daily.
7 hours. It's kind of staggering when you actually say it out loud.
It really is. And like 2,617 touches a day. That's what the sources are saying.
Wow.
Think about that. It adds up to, what, nearly 88 full days a year
Yeah.
just on the phone.
That's almost 3 months of waking life. Incredible.
And it varies, right? Your sources showed the U.S. around 7, 8 hours, India like 7.5,
Bangladesh, a bit lower, maybe 6.5. Canada, 6, 7.
Pakistan over 7, South Korea hitting 8 hours every single day.
Yeah.
So the big question, I guess, is what's the actual cost of all this time on social media? And how do we get some of that attention back?
That's really the core of it, isn't it? It's a massive amount of human attention, collectively speaking.
Definitely. So that's our deep dive today. We're going to unpack these sources you've brought together.
Looking forward to it. Because you immediately think about opportunity cost, right? What aren't we doing in those 7 hours?
Exactly. And the sources, well, they paint a pretty clear picture of that cost. It's not just abstract.
No, not at all.
We're talking studies showing links to, well, actual suffering, people reporting lower well-being,
Right.
careers taking a hit, productivity just plummeting, hobbies, passions, they kind of just fade away, don't they?
They do, replaced by scrolls.
Even businesses struggling because, nobody can focus. Constant distraction.
It chips away at your ability to concentrate, definitely. That attention span seems to be shrinking.
And this really got me.
Yeah.
How people genuinely can't be without their phone. Like for an hour, they get frustrated, anxious.
Yeah, that reaction, it feels like more than just habit, doesn't it? It signals something deeper.
It really does. Like it's borderline addiction for some.
Well, and building on that discomfort idea, your sources mention behaviors that are, let's be honest, kind of common now.
Like what?
Taking phones to the bathroom, checking them before you even brush your teeth in the morning.
Guilty as charged sometimes. Not proud of it.
Right. But it shows this shift in priorities where the digital world kind of bumps the real world out of the way. Lifestyle, vacations, family time, it all gets secondary sometimes.
Yeah. And it's easy to feel like, oh, it's just my lack of willpower. But the science here is fascinating.
It is.
The comparison to substance use,
Mhm.
it's pretty stark.
The sources draw that parallel quite strongly. You see similar craving patterns.
That urge to check notifications.
Yeah.
It's like the craving for a drug or a cigarette, apparently.
And the endless scrolling. It has that same hook as gambling, that unpredictable reward.
Right. Will the next post be amazing? Will I get a like?
Exactly. And maybe the scariest part is how it seems to physically change the brain's reward system. Much like alcohol or drugs can damage the brain over time.
This is not just wasting time. It's potentially rewiring us.
That's what the research suggests. It sets up these really fast reward loops.
How does that work exactly?
Well, you open the app, you scroll, you see something mildly interesting or get a notification. Boom. Tiny dopamine hit.
Dopamine. The pleasure chemical.
Right, and your brain goes, ooh, that felt good, let's do that again. And the cycle repeats, almost unconsciously. Hours can just vanish.
And it happens so quickly you don't even realize it.
Exactly, it becomes deeply ingrained, often below your conscious radar.
It reminded me of that actor Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah.
He talked openly about being obsessed, constantly checking how it fed his anxiety. Even someone that successful.
Right.
He eventually just deleted the apps. Said he had to for his mental health.
That's a powerful example. It shows it's not about external success, is it? Anyone can get caught in that loop.
No, definitely not. It highlights how engaging these platforms are designed to be.
And a huge part of that engagement, as the sources point out, is this comparison track.
Ah, yes. Seeing everyone else's perfect life online.
Exactly. The curated feeds, the amazing trips, the new cars, the perfect relationships, all the achievements.
It's constant.
Yeah.
And we naturally compare ourselves, right? It's human nature.
It is. But the problem is, what we're comparing ourselves to online isn't real. Not the full picture, anyway.
It's the highlight reel.
Precisely. People show their best moments, they use filters, they edit photos. It's an illusion of perfection.
But our brains don't always catch that, do they? They just see perfect and feel inadequate.
Mm-hmm. And that feeling of inadequacy, ironically, it can make you scroll more looking for validation or just distraction.
Which brings us right back to dopamine. The dopamine dilemma, as one source called it.
Yeah, that contrast is key. Think about reading, say, a dense article versus flicking through short, flashy videos.
Totally different levels of effort.
Right. And the videos give you that quick hit, that easy reward. Social media has absolutely mastered delivering those little dopamine jolts.
Notifications, likes, comments, each scroll is a gamble for a tiny reward.
It's like pulling the lever on a slot machine, just like you said earlier. That anticipation keeps you hooked.
It really explains why it's so much easier to scroll than, say, study for an hour or go for a run or meditate.
Exactly. Those things have delayed rewards. They take effort. Social media's instant gratification perfected.
So good habits are harder to form, bad habits are easier. It's kind of baked into our neurobiology, exploited by the apps.
And let's be clear, this isn't an accident. Your sources really hammer this point home.
Right. This is engineered.
Absolutely. By teams of very smart people, engineers, psychologists, data scientists. Their job is to maximize engagement, keep you on the platform.
Because that's how they make money, right?
Okay.
Advertising. Our attention is the product.
Precisely. The algorithm's learning what keeps you scrolling, the infinite scroll itself, the autoplay videos. It's all designed to capture and hold your attention.
And the personal cost. Lost time, obviously. Wasted energy. Destroyed focus. Feeling like your life is just slipping away while you stare at a screen.
It's significant. But understanding that it's designed this way, that it's not just a personal failing, that's crucial.
Yeah, it shifts the perspective. It's not about blaming yourself. It's about recognizing the system you're in.
Exactly. And that's the first step towards taking back control.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty thoroughly. Let's talk solutions. Actionable steps. Your sources had quite a few. Step one seems to be just that. Awareness. Really getting that these platforms are built to hook you for profit, often at the expense of your own goals.
Yeah, asking yourself that question, am I using this tool or is this tool using me?
That's a good one. Just pausing to reflect.
It's fundamental. Without that awareness, the other steps probably won't stick.
Okay, step two. This one seems simple, but maybe really effective. Turn off notifications.
Oh, huge. Every ping, every buzz pulls you out of whatever you're doing.
And the sources say it takes, what, like 23 minutes to fully regain focus after an interruption?
Something like that. It's a massive focus killer. Turning off non-essential notifications. You could reclaim hours. Seriously.
Just create space for actual concentration.
Definitely. Less reactive, more intentional.
Step three is interesting, the 5-second rule.
Ah, yeah. Mel Robbins' technique, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
The idea is when you get that urge to check your phone, you count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And in that pause,
You consciously decide, do I really need to open this app right now? Or is it just autopilot?
it's about interrupting that mindless reflex. That little gap gives your rational brain a chance to step in. Surprisingly effective.
Okay, step 4, setting actual time limits.
Yeah, this is where you confront the numbers. If you're doing 7 hours a day, that's nearly 3 months a year.
It's shocking when you quantify it.
So, set a daily limit. Use a timer. Use app blockers if you need to. Make it concrete.
It puts you back in the driver's seat, managing your time instead of letting the apps dictate it.
Exactly. Active management versus passive consumption.
Step 5, replace scrolling with, well, real life.
Right. Boredom is a huge trigger for mindless scrolling.
So find something else. Go outside, read a book, a physical one, learn something new, talk to actual humans, exercise.
The more you fill your life with real, engaging activities, the less pull social media has. It addresses that underlying need for stimulation or connection in a healthier way.
Makes sense. You're not just stopping a bad habit, you're starting good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Step 6 involves making the phone itself less tempting.
How so?
Practical things, like setting the screen to black and white. Apparently, it makes it way less visually stimulating.
Oh, interesting. Takes away the bright, flashy colors that grab attention.
Yeah. Also, burying the social media apps, put them in a folder on the last screen, make it harder to just mindlessly click.
Add some friction.
Exactly. And logging out after each use. That extra step can be enough to make you pause and think, do I really want to log back in?
Oh, small hurdles, but they can disrupt the automaticity.
And finally, step 7.
Yeah.
The big one. A 7-day social media detox.
Pulling the plug completely for a week.
Yeah. Just to experience life without it, see how it feels. The sources suggest people often feel happier, calmer, more focused afterwards.
It's a powerful reset. It gives you perspective on what role, if any, you want these platforms to play in your life going forward.
It all comes back to time, doesn't it?
Fundamentally, it's our most valuable, non-renewable asset.
And these companies, their business model is basically to capture as much of that asset as possible.
Pretty much.
There was that story in the sources about Alex and Ryan.
I remember that one.
Alex constantly on his phone, distracted. Ryan focused on his goals, building things. Years later,
Yeah.
very different outcomes.
It really illustrates the compound effect of those small daily choices about where you put your attention. It adds up.
So the sources really push you, the listener, to do that screen time check right now, maybe,
You see your number.
and do the math. If it's, say, 5 hours a day, that's over 70 full days a year.
When you frame it like that.
What could you do with 70 extra days a year? Learn an instrument, start a business, get in shape.
It forces you to confront whether the scrolling is actually serving your life goals or actively hindering them. Feeling stuck, maybe this is part of why.
Yeah. So let's try to visualize the alternative.
Okay.
Imagine waking up and not immediately grabbing your phone. Imagine having clear goals for the day, feeling motivated, focused, living your life based on your intentions, not reacting to notifications.
That sounds peaceful and productive.
And the point is, it's achievable. It takes conscious effort, consistent action, using some of these steps we talked about, but it's possible.
It reframes taking control not as deprivation, but as reclaiming something vital. Your time, your focus, your life.
So really, it boils down to a choice right now.
Yeah.
Keep letting time and attention drain away passively, or take deliberate steps, starting today, to build the life you actually want.
That's a powerful decision point.
Ask yourself, if today was your last day, would you be happy with how much time you spent scrolling? Did you chase your dreams, or mostly just watch others chase theirs?
Those are tough questions.
They are. But the time to change isn't tomorrow or next week or someday. It's right now.
Yeah.
So, what's the first step you'll take today?